evening. Is it evening yet? Yes, evening. It's after 4. Um, my name is Lady Erica Cooper, and I am the founder of Trap with a Treasure, which is geared towards domestic violence, homelessness, bullying. And today I just want to talk about what do you do when you're in a situation where someone wants to take control over you? Because that's one of the main reasons domestic violence gets to so many different levels. You know, um, what do you do when you find yourself in a relationship with someone that at first tell you they love you, everything is going well? What do you do? How do you know if you're in a domestic violence relationship? Because some people think that, oh, he's not hitting me, so that means it's not domestic violence. Some people think, well, he pushed me, but he said he's going to stop. Do you believe that it will happen again? Statistically, and let me make sure I'm telling you accurate information, I can go off of what I went through and I heard it. Once it starts, it just escalates. Um, how often- have you ever wondered how often it's even reported? Some people want to say, why isn't anyone doing anything about it? Why isn't anyone trying to get away? When you're going through a domestic violence relationship, um, some people feel like if I stay, I can help. If I stay around, he will change. Let's talk about me. When I was in my DV relationship, thank God I got out. And this is why I'm turning back, because I want to help other people. As you can see, I have the banner in the back with the domestic violence banner. But when I got out, I couldn't believe how many other people are still there out of fear. Was I afraid? Absolutely. Because the one thing they tell you they're going to do is they're going to attack your family, they threaten your children. And nowadays, you have to take this very seriously. Like, let's go back to looking at what happened last week, yesterday. Every day, someone's life is being taken by domestic violence through a male or the male's other person, male or female that they're dating now, or even females are being domestic violence that are unaliving people. And this is something that needs to be talked about. This is something that we need to understand, that we need to have this conversation with our children. We need to let our children know that it's not okay to be in a relationship with someone who's going to put their hands on you. Do you know how many junior high kids are being abused by their friend or boyfriend in school? I did a live, and you can find it somewhere on my TikTok. If you're on Facebook, you can find it on my page, or I'll reshare it. I did a live with my niece and a goddaughter that's in another state, and it was about teen abuse. Do you know how many children today, it could be your child, that is being abused by their boyfriend in school, that are grabbing your daughters by their arm, that are snatching their phones, that are telling them they can't talk to anyone, they got to be with them only in school? Do you know how many children are experiencing this in school and they're not telling their parents? Are we making our children aware of not just bullying, I'm going to get to that, but domestic violence? Are we letting our children know, or our daughters know, that are dating guys? Are you open enough with your children when they can come to you and talk to you? Let's start there. I know I'm jumping subjects. I'm on two different apps. I'm on TikTok and I'm also on YouTube. Do you know how many children are in a relationship with someone in school, if they're hiding, or even in the open, that are being abused? Let's start there today. Ask your children, are your boyfriend or girlfriend these days putting their hands on you? Are they taking your phone? Are they telling you that you don't need to be with your friends, that I love you and, I want you with me? And they think that it's cute. They think that, oh, he loves me so much, he wants me to spend all my time with him. Are we talking to our children? Are we making the door open so they can come in and have a conversation with us? Number two, are we able to get to a place where we can define what's healthy relationships even around our children and what's not? There's a lot of social media influencers that we see every day that are in a relationship with people. We already know one that lied and said they were going through domestic violence, and now they are going through domestic violence. It's never okay to lie on someone saying that they're putting their hands on you, that they're abusing you, that they are, this horrible person. Oh, they're narcissistic. Oh, they do this, they do that. Everyone knows, we can talk about Brianna, RH, Janelle. Everyone knows them. Everyone knows their story. It's not hearsay. It's not alleged. It's online. They're making it available for us. What do you do when you're in this cycle of you leave one, you get back with another, you leave another, you get back with another, and your cycle continues? You know why? Because sometimes you got to get to, no, it's not sometimes. You need to get to a place where you get healing. You got to get healed from those relationships. When you get out of a domestic violence relationship, if you're really in one, it's best to heal. It's best to take time with God or whatever your belief is, but I'm going to say God because I'm a Christian, and heal from that, especially if you get out of it alive. Do you know how many people, let's talk about Ramika last week. There's so many different alleged stories, and I don't want to speak on something I definitely was not there, so I can only speak on what the family was saying or what's out in social media. But can you imagine doing all the right things? You're being in a relationship, then of course as women, we go back, we break up, we go back, we break up, we go back. Do we ever think that it'll ever get to that point where we will be unalived? It can happen. Sometimes, even myself, he would come back, he'd beg me back. Oh, I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm going to get counseling, then they stop counseling, and you get upset, or you want to go get high, and you do it all over again. We have to get to a point to where we get bold enough in our spirit, love ourselves more enough to say, you know what, one time is it, and that's too much. It's never okay for a woman to attack a man. It's never okay to lie and say you've been domestically violently abused and you haven't, and then you call the police. Because one of the things I'm going to tell you is police don't always take us serious, especially women. This is my first encounter with a domestic violence relationship, and the police was like, yeah, whatever. Are you just going to take him back? Like, what? I called you for help. He came to my home in the middle of the night. He burst out my windows because I wouldn't take him back. He took my tag off my car. Thank God I had a friend with me, and when she and I got up, we got that stuff fixed, got it done, back on the road the next day. But the police don't take us that serious because they say statistically, women, we take them back. Hi, everyone coming in. Hi, everyone. And it's not okay. I'm saying, yeah, we love people, but we have to learn to love ourselves even more. What happened to Ramika last week, regardless of how things went, it was not okay. It was not okay for her to take her son to school and come outside the school, and there's her ex-boyfriend with his girlfriend. That's what the story is. Which way it goes, I don't know, but it doesn't matter. She should not be unalived. Her bloodstain should not be in the streets. It's not okay. We as women got to also understand that these men these days, dating these days, I've been hearing people say how dangerous it is. You can't trust anyone. All these people have all these infections. STD rates are enormously out of control. Everybody's playing games, and then we as women put our hearts in it, because what really makes it even worse is we sleep with them. So now you've transferred those spirits, because when you do lay down, you get up not just with a baby sometimes or STD, but you get up with that spirit of that person that's projected inside of you. So that stronghold is there. And then you're looking at the looks and, oh, he's popular, oh, he's a singer, oh, he's a football player, oh, he's this, he's a influencer. No, it's not. I don't care what they are. No one deserves to be unalive by domestic violence. Nobody deserves to be threatened. Take the threats seriously. When these people say they're going to do something, trust them. They may not do it that day, they're going to do it. Look at Dior in that situation. There is no way they should have been still together, but you can't tell people what to do. That situation earlier this year, maybe 3 months ago, they were arguing online and he unalived her online, and everyone kept saying, oh, they always fight, oh, they always do this, oh, they always beat each other up. What? That's not okay, because what's going to happen that day when it goes too far? And it does go too far. Yeah, most people don't like to talk about domestic violence. They stroll past it until it happens to them, until it's in their family, until it's your child or your neighbor. When you hear someone going through these situations, what are you doing? Gunner, the outdoor, I am talking about domestic violence. I'm on 2 different apps. I am a domestic violence advocate. I'm a survivor. That's what I'm doing. And hello to everyone coming in. Hello, hello, hello. But it's just really frustrating to see how many people are losing their lives every day. There's not one story you can stick with, because it's every single day. Every day someone is being unalived by a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a spouse. The couple days before that, last week, 2 weeks ago, the lady that went to her husband side chick house, and they killed her. They shot her through the door. She drove around the corner to the police department, and she's unalive. Like the same week this happened with Ramika. Every day there's a different person. What are we doing today? If you're not interested in a person, I believe you have the right to leave. If you don't want to do right by that person, leave. But domestic violence is not the answer. And I'm passionate about this. I'm really angry about it. There's so much going on in this world. There's so much rhetoric. There's so much bullying. There's so much threatening. Everybody's upset. Everybody is mad. Let's talk about all of this. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. For those of us that got out and we made it out with our life, that's something to be grateful for, but also to tell other people your story. I stayed in my domestic violence marriage, I think, for about 4 years. And then I just got tired. Tired of being frustrated. Tired of his drug addiction. Tired of my stuff being stolen out the house and sold. Tired of the fights. Tired of hiding the marks in my face. I have a picture on here and on both apps where I told the story where I had 2 black eyes at one time. One was healing, the one was fresh. Like, let's talk about it. Just because you speak your mind, you're an adult. You have the right to speak up for yourself. No one has the right to tell you to shut up. No one has the right to tell you what to do. You can ask your spouse or your girlfriend or boyfriend, but they're not your child. You can't put your hands on people. We have to train our young children, our teenagers, that it's not okay. And better yet, we got to make sure they're not seeing us go through it. What do you think is happening to these children that are watching their mothers and their or fathers get beat up by their spouse or their wife or husband? What do you think that's doing to the children? Psychologically, it's traumatizing. Morally, it's not right. But then they grow up seeing this and the cycle continues. They think, well, my mom hit my dad or my dad beat up on my mom. Now you're getting to where the children are getting tired. There was another story, 2 stories last week, about the children going to get a knife, and one went got a gun and unalived the other parent for beating up on their mom. Like, this is not okay. When are we going to talk about it? When are we going to come up with a solution, a resolution? When are we going to say enough is enough? Just like we're saying we're tired of gun violence, when are we going to get tired of domestic violence? When are we going to say enough is enough? A lot of times we get into these relationships and we stay there. We stay in those relationships where there is abuse because, okay, well, they do, make me happy here and there. Well, it doesn't happen all the time. What's going to happen when it's too late, when they've taken it too far with your family? How's your family going to feel about having to now bury you because you've been unalived by the person that's been abusing you, when at some time or some point we have to learn when to walk away. And the hardest part is when you leave. That's when it gets more worse. Thank you for whoever's sending the heart. Thank you for Amanda. Domestic violence isn't something that you want to keep pushing under the rug. We're walking, they're doing t-shirts for Ramika. Oh, rest in peace, Ramika. But why is she gone? Why is she unalived by the baby daddy's girlfriend? Why is the other young lady, I forgot what state that was in, why did she get unalived when she went to her husband's side chick house and she shot her and put the video on YouTube and Facebook? It's going viral. Like, why are we allowing ourselves to take all of this abuse, this mental abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse? Life is what we make it. We can't control anyone. We can't deem how a person is going to act, but we can control what we're going to take. And I'm trying to be as humble right now as I can, but I'm very angry. I'm angry because I'm tired of every day another person's being unalived by their spouse, by their boyfriend, by their girlfriend. I'm tired of the teenagers that are being abused in school because they know that the guy can't do it in front of their parents. Are you talking to your children? Ask your children, do you know anyone at your school that they have a boyfriend or a girlfriend and they're, controlling them or hitting them? Watch what they tell you. I did not know how high the statistics was until I did this live with my niece and my godchild 2 years ago. I didn't do it last year, on teen awareness, domestic violence awareness. It's happening. Our children, your grandchildren are being abused in school. And I'm not talking about being bullied. We know that's going on. I'm saying for the ones that have boyfriends in school or girlfriends in school. Even if you tell your child you're too young to date, you don't know what they're doing in school. Ask the questions. Is someone there in your school abusive to their boyfriend? The jockey, the football player, of course, the quarterback of the football player. Everyone thinks they're supposed to be with the lead cheerleader. You see the documentaries, the stories, the Lifetime movies. They're giving us illustrations, but this is happening for real. When I had this teen domestic violence conference live on Facebook and I shared it on YouTube, I'm going to share it on TikTok. Do you know the statistics? Our children are our future. They should not have to worry, first and foremost, about being bullied in school. They shouldn't have to worry about being beaten up by their boyfriends. They're not even married. They're not even old enough to even experience life. But it's happening. Are we talking about it? Parents, are we making sure our homes are safe? Are we making sure that our children aren't watching us get, beat up by our spouse, our boyfriends? It's traumatizing to the children. Are we loving on ourselves enough to say, I'm not going to go through this. I'm not going to allow someone to belittle me or put their hands on me. It's not going to. Are we bold enough to say, I will be alone before I allow this in my home, in my relationship, in my life? Too many people are losing their lives every single day, statistically, from domestic violence. In some cases, women, we have to take accountability. If they're breaking our phones or kicking in our doors or screaming at us or belittling us, especially in front of your children, don't you know it's traumatizing to your child? We have to do better. We have to stand up. We have to make not only our voices heard, but we have to make our actions. Actions, they say, speak louder than words. Hi, everybody coming in. I'm on two different apps. What I'm doing today is just talking about domestic violence. I'm talking about bullying. I'm talking about everything that goes along with it. Everyone seems to be so angry. But we need to channel that anger in something else, in exercising, in going to the gym, in going to play basketball, in talking. We need to be able to understand that it's okay to have a counselor. It's okay to see a psychologist. You don't have to be crazy. It's okay to talk to someone. But it's not okay for all this domestic violence that's going on to keep on pushing someone and hitting someone until you unalive them. What are we doing? I would really pray that one day I can see where there is no more domestic violence in the world. I'm just that crazy to believe we can get there. One person at a time, one life at a time. How many people this year do we know have been unalived, that we've seen the stories on social media this year? No, let's say this month. We have to do better. If you are in a domestic violence relationship, do you know how to get out? Do you know where to go? I can't see. Hi, Carol. Hi, Kate. Bro. Hi, Jean. Hi, Gunner. You're still back. God did 7. Let's see. How often is domestic violence reported? Statistically, I'm going to go online. Why domestic violence is unreported is fear. A lot of people are scared. The victims often fear relationships or future violence or the perpetrator's reaction. Because of course some women don't call the police because he's gonna say, if you call the police, I'm gonna hurt you. If you call the police, it's gonna make it worse. If you call the police, I'm going to do something to your child, your children, your parents, your best friend. Some people don't want to be embarrassed to let someone know that they're being abused. The stigma of it. A lot of people don't want to call the police. It's because of lack of trust. Victims may not trust the law enforcement or formal institutions to provide adequate support. That could be true. I'm a statistic of that. Calling the police, they take their time. Then when they get there, oh, where's the perpetrator? He's gone. Well, if he's not here, we can't arrest him. And I've had, even the Ramika story, had a restraining order. How many women have restraining orders and it doesn't help? A lot of times I felt like some people say it's just a piece of paper. We're told to get a restraining order. We're told to get when they come around to call the police, and we do all the right things. Some people don't have the right resources. They don't call because there's lack of resources. Do you know how to get out of your situation? Do you know that you can Google or you can write down the domestic violence hotline number? Do you know the domestic violence hotline number? The domestic violence hotline number is, I'm going to tell you again, hold on. It varies from state to state, but the national hotline number is 1-800-799-7233. Once again, it's 800-799-7233. Do you know that there's also, when you go on that app, because no one's going to be able to go run and get their phone and say, oh, I want to call the national hotline. You probably have to do it from your friend's phone or a family member's phone or, outside of your home at your job. They also have, if you have the app, I wish they made it where it could be incognito, like a picture. where you can text the domestic violence hotline. I've called the domestic violence hotline myself a couple times for someone else to give them information to call them so I can get help for other people, because that's what Trap with the Treasure, my organization, do. Is when people from different states will call me that typically are my friends or friends of friends, and I'll call around to different shelters. I try to help them to get there. A lot of places, if you get to them, they'll put you up and your children. There's some places that will meet you at a corner or meet you at a safe place and bring you to their location. But the best thing to do, even in that case, is to prepare yourself. Get familiar with the number, even if you have to remember it, in case you have to run out of your house and go to a neighbor's house and use a phone. Make yourself aware of the resources so you will know how to get out of the situation. Because it's not always easy. People think it's easy to get out of a domestic violence situation. It's not. When you're really in that fight or flight situation, it's hard. Sometimes they will instruct you to try to pack yourself little by little so that you will have something to move with or go with. Because if you just take out yourself at once, that's when it gets worse. A perpetrator, the violent one, does not want you to leave. And leaving can be the most hardest thing to do, but also it's safe, but it's also dangerous. You know, domestic violence is also known as intimate partner violence, battering of a spouse, spousal abuse. The main reason of it is used behavior of it is they're trying to gain control and power over you because they want you to almost, in a sense, fear them. Do what I say. According to the report by the United States National, approximately 51,100 women were killed worldwide by an intimate partner or family member in 2023. Let me tell you this one more time. According to a report by the United Nations, approximately 51,100 women were killed worldwide by an intimate partner or family member in 2023. That's too many people. In the United States, domestic violence occurs every year. Nearly 10 million women and men become victims of domestic violence. Every minute, about 20 people are physically abused by an intimate partner in the United States. Okay, so right now on my phone it says 4:53. Let's wait 1 minute. Every minute it says 20 people are physically abused by an intimate partner in the United States. We have 50 states, right? According to the CDC National Intimate Partner and Sexual Violence Survey, more than 1 in 3 females are raped victims, 39.3%, and more than 1 in 8 males rape victims, which is 12.5% in the United States, were raped by an intimate partner. And you can find this on Google. I'm just looking at some of the statistics that's out there so I can give you what may not be completely accurate, but it's in database. I want to know, have you talked to your children about domestic violence? Have you made them aware of what it looks like? That it's okay to talk to you as parents. Let's talk about it. We see people on social media. We follow them, we follow their stories, we follow their content, we follow what they're doing, what they're saying, we follow how they fight, how they get back together, how they break up. What happens when it went too far? What happens? What do we do? Then we'll say, well, they should have left. Or the family is saying, oh, they should have gotten out of that. What do we do? the first thing we have to do is recognize that it's real, that your family member is in this real relationship with this person that's violent towards them. But then how do you help? And then sometimes people don't want help because they don't want other people involved in their situation out of embarrassment. I won't say they don't want help, but they're embarrassed. I had a friend and I was doing one of the lives, and she got in on the live and was saying I was the one that, saved you. I was the one that stepped in, and she did. The one thing that they want to do in a relationship is isolate you. Isolation is one of the characteristics that a domestic, that a abuser does to the victim. If they can isolate you, get you away from your friends, the things you love, the things you like, it's another form of control. That way they feel like they can do what they want to you. Oh, she's gonna, she's feared, she's intimidated. Intimidation is another thing. Oh, you have to listen to me. You have to do what I say. Oh, or I'm gonna fight you. So to make it like, okay, I want everything to go well. Okay, I don't want him to get upset. I don't want her to get upset because there's girl on girl. There's relationships these days. It's not just female and male anymore. It's whatever your preference is in your relationship. But it's happening every single day. What do we do? First, recognizing it. And then seeking help. How do you seek help? Tell a friend. Tell a family member. Better yet, call the police. Get documentation. That's another thing they say. Oh, if you unalive someone or you fight them and it goes too far, oh, well, there's no documentation. I was scared to call the police. And it's like, well, it's your word against theirs. We have to be smart these days, ladies and gentlemen, kids and teenagers. We have to be able to understand that our life is worth living. We can't say, oh, they won't do that. Oh, they won't do this. Oh, they don't know. You don't know what'll happen when you're fighting someone. You don't know how far violence can take you. You don't know how far anger and jealousy will take a person. And sometimes they didn't mean to. Sorry, it's thundering and my pet is upset. Anger will take you further than you wanted to go. Jealousy will take you further than you want to go. There's people that we know that are going through domestic violence right now, and we need to help them. We need to give them resources. We need to give them a safe place to talk to us. And then sometimes it's just best to listen. It took me a while to leave. It took me a while to stop letting him want to come back. It took a while. And in the meantime, a lot of people walked away. A lot of people felt like you're stupid. A lot of people felt like, oh, you're dumb to stay or keep going back. But in between that time, you're afraid because they're threatening you. And threats are sometimes fulfilled. You don't want them hurting your family. You don't want them hurting your children. You don't want them, you don't want them getting even more angry. I guess that would be the word. Than what they already are, because you know what they're about when you're in that relationship. So I'm just on here saying, like, every day it's so many people. Okay, we went past the 55, so it's been 4 minutes. So that means 80 people, men and women, has been abused. It says it's 20 every minute. That's 20 too much. I just pray that someone got something from this message. I pray that someone, because this is more serious. Normally I'll just do one topic, but this is more serious because it's happening way too much. And I just pray that we talk to our children about domestic violence. Ask your children, do you know someone in your school that is being, abused by their boyfriend or girlfriend? Watch what they tell you. If they're honest and open with you, watch what they tell you. If you want to text the domestic violence, it's 88788. That's what it says on the national line. Promise, you have to be quiet. Mine is almost done. Sorry, she hates when it thunders. It's 24/7 availability for the domestic violence hotline number. And that number, if you go online, I'm going to show you for those who can see. Go to National Domestic Violence, and you just tap on any of these. So you can chat or you can call. You can push the call button, and a number pops up, which is even greater. And you see that number, 800-799-7233. On YouTube, you can't see because I don't have the camera on. TikTok, here it is. It's very simple, and they had it even easier. You can chat. Hit the chat button. It circles around, which I wish it goes quicker than that. And you can text, I'm being abused, I need your help. You come out of that one. They even had one I saw the other day when I was helping someone talking about it. It was where they have AI now. There's been a bit of a problem because they haven't been answering the calls. It will take a long time. I'm going to pre-warn you. It does take a long time for the national number to answer. And it has been reported and very frustrating because I complained about it because I was trying to help someone. I'm like, is a person supposed to get help? And they're reaching to get help and no one's answering. So that's why it's always good to call, not just a national number, it's always good to call the one that's in your state. Here's the app again. Help is available. That's a national. You just Google it, and there's the number, 800-799-7233, and there's where you can text begin. You text begin to 88788, and then there's a chat where you can chat text message wise, and then there's the official website if you need to go there. And that's just a National Domestic Violence Organization number that's on, app that's on Google. So I'm just grateful for all of you that came by. I know I was explaining things, talking all over the place a little bit, but hey, I'm just a little frustrated because I want people to get it. I want people to understand that it's not for somebody else. Oh, that doesn't pertain to me, but it could pertain to somebody in your family. You never know who's going through domestic violence and who's afraid. And then for those of you that know someone that's going through domestic violence, keep checking up on them, keep talking to them, keep asking them, are they okay? And just listen to them. Just say, are you okay? I know you're going through. You see people with black eyes, listen to them, offer help. And I'm saying, like, are you okay? Do you need me to call someone? Do you want to talk about it? I see that your face, has a bruise on it. And sometimes they're embarrassed or ashamed. And be gentle. Be gentle with those who are going through real domestic violence, because fear, anger, frustration, embarrassment is real. And the most thing that they teach us, because I took a class, although I already have my domestic violence organization, is listen. Listen. That's all they want you to do is listen. Listen to what they're going through. Listen to what they're feeling. Listen to what they're saying. Just listen. Giving advice could not really be beneficial because your advice could be the wrong advice. So you can just say, I don't know what to do, but here's a number. Do you know how to get away if you want to get away? Do you know the national number? Do you know that there's shelters here in this area? I can find numbers for you. When they're asking what should they do, it's best to give that type of information. Because sometimes if they listen to you, they're going to blame you. Well, such and such told me to do this, and I did what you said, and look what happened. So that's why it's good not to really give your advice, but give proper advice like, hey, I can get you a flyer, or I can get you a number. Do you know any shelters in your area? I can find some for you, if you want the help. But I thank you all on TikTok. I thank you all on YouTube for stopping by. I'm going to go live more often, maybe tomorrow with a real subject. But today I'm just hitting the basics of domestic violence. Check with your children. Ask your teenagers. Ask your junior high school children. Do they experience domestic violence in their school? Better yet, is someone getting abused by their boyfriend in school? Watch what they tell you. You're going to be surprised. You're going to be surprised at how teenagers are being abused by their boyfriends in school or girlfriends in school, being controlled by their boyfriend or girlfriend in school. It's happening every day. But thank you so much. God bless you. And I love you all. And I pray that you come back tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a different subject.